my name is Stephanie Ruby. I am a certified personal trainer with ISSA, and I am working to get my strength and conditioning certification as well as my nutritionist certification. I found my love for lifting and working out and helping others when I was in college. I have been an athlete in high school and college. I cheered for 17 years. So when I was doing my strength and conditioning with cheerleading in college, I found my love for lifting and working out and helping others. So I thought, what better way to follow that passion than to become a personal trainer and be able to help others as well. So today we're going to be doing a training program for a cross-country athlete. You know, it being June 2020, we're still in quarantine. We need to do at-home workouts. The gym is not available, and her going back to school is still undecided. She is a varsity cross-country runner. Her name is Samantha. So this is Sammy. She is like I said, a varsity cross-country runner. So today we're going to be making her a off-season program. It's going to be Monday, Wednesday, Friday. We're going to show you what her endurance training is going to be like, as well as some stretching with a warm-up and a cool-down. And then we're also going to show you what a Tuesday and Thursday workout is going to look like, which is going to be primarily plyometrics, stretching, and making sure that those muscles are staying active so that she's available to continue running and getting up her mile speed. Alright, so first we're going to go over what we're going to do on a Monday, Wednesday, Friday workout. It's going to start with stretching, and then we're going to go into an endurance 1 mile run, and then we are going to do some more stretching afterwards and do some more agility work. So first, the stretching is going to start off and consist with just making sure that the muscles are warmed up before she goes ahead and does a mile run. The mile run we will then time every time she does the run, and when she's running, we're going to make sure that she starts off, we're going to do this basic assessment, and we're going to start off and see what her baseline mile run is. And then every week we're going to try and beat that. Even if it's just by a few seconds, we're going to try and beat that and make sure that she is working up to get a better mile run, so that when she starts her competitive season and she starts running more than 1 mile at a time, she has that endurance and she's able to run and get the best time possible. All right, so first we're going to put Sammy through a series of stretching to make sure that her muscles are warmed up for her 1 mile run. So first we're going to go ahead and get her in a straddle position, and she's going to lean down towards each toe and in the middle to make sure that she is getting her legs stretched out, her muscles are getting stretched, so that she doesn't get any muscle tightness or muscle soreness while she's running. All right, and then she's going to go ahead and stand up and go straight down towards her toes again. Next, she's going to lift her back foot up towards her butt, and she is going to pull, and that is going to stretch out her quads. She's going to do that on both legs. And then she is going to bring her knee to her chest. We're going to do that stretch on both legs as well. And then she's going to sit down on the ground into a straddle position, and she's going to lean towards both toes and in the middle, making sure that she is completely getting stretched out before this run. And then she's going to go ahead and pull her toes to the middle, stretched again, pulling her feet back as well to make sure that she is stretching out her ankles, because running in the grass and running on uneven surfaces can sometimes lead to hitting potholes or hitting holes in the dirt, and that can cause some ankle pain. So we're making sure that those ankles are ready for all of that. Now, these stretches we did go through very quickly. These stretches will last about 30 seconds each to make sure that they are getting a complete stretch. For the purpose of this video, we are just showing them briefly and quickly so that we can move on to the next portion, which is her mile run. All right, so Sammy is going to start running around the property. 3 laps around the perimeter of the property is 1 mile. So she's going to start running around the mile. We're going to make sure that she is staying at a relatively slower pace, because this again is just her baseline time. We're not chiming for specific scores yet or specific records. We are chiming to make sure we have a baseline so that she understands what she started off at, and then we're going to work up from there. We're going to make sure that she is running around the outside of the perimeter and making sure that she is keeping that slower pace. And then after this, we're going to move on to different types of stretching. All right, so now that we have that mile run done, we are now going to go into some stretching. We're going to do a couple different types of stretches, some being dynamic, which we're going to have her, stand still. It's kind of similar to the stretches that we started off with in the beginning, but we're going to go more in depth with them, as well as get some motion in them and start, walking around and making sure that she is getting some blood flow through her body. And then we're also going to be doing some kinetic stretching, which is going to work on her speed, agility, and cardio so that she is maintaining and getting up that endurance for when she has to continue with more running. All right, so first we're going to start off with some dynamic stretching. These are called scoops. She is going to walk forward and pick her foot up, heel to the ground, and she is going to scoop down. It's going to stretch out her hamstrings and a little bit of her quads as well, and it's going to make sure that she is getting a good stretch in. She's walking to make sure that she is getting in that blood flow, and it is working all of her muscles. All right, and normally she would do these both on the way there and on the way back, but for the purpose of this video, we're going to move forward. Now this stretch here is called knee ups. She is going to pull her knee up to her chest, and she is going to lift up and stand on the ball of her foot. This is going to be stretching out her hamstrings, her calves, and her quads. All right, the next stretch is going to be pullbacks. She is going to pull the foot back, again similar to the stretch that we warmed up with in the beginning, except we are moving in this one and making sure that she is stretching out those calf muscles as well when she lifts up and she points her toe. All right, next one we're doing some kicking leg raises. These are working her hamstrings as well as her quads. All of these stretches are going to primarily work her quads, her hamstrings, and her calves, just because those are the muscles that runners primarily use. All right, next we're doing flamingos. She is going to be kicking up her leg in the back and reaching down for her front foot, again working her hamstrings and her quads. All right, now she is walking on her toes and she is pointing them inwards. This is working her calf muscles as well as getting her ankles rotated to reduce the risk of injury. Running and on uneven surfaces makes it hard on the ankles, and the last thing we need is an athlete to be out because of an ankle injury. All right, and now this one, she is walking inward and outward. It is working the same calf muscles as well as the ankles. All right, so shown in that past video, Sammy did all of those stretches, and then this here is a list of those stretches. We did scoops, then we went on to knee ups and hamstring pulls, quad pulls, walking leg raises, flamingos, and then inward and outward heels and toes. All of these stretches will be done forward and backward, so you would do them down and back. So we would do scoops down and then back, and then start the knee ups, and then move down and then back, and then on with the rest of the list. All these stretches help with muscle activity and getting those muscles working and prepared and stretched out so that they can move forward with her running and her mile. We need to make sure that these muscles are worked out and stretched, because if not, it can lead to injury and she can ultimately get hurt, and that is absolutely not what we want to do. We want her to have a very successful cross-country season and to make sure that she can do the best that she can. All right, so now we're gonna move on to some kinetic stretching. Kinetic stretching is a little bit different than dynamic stretching. It is focused more on speed and agility. So even though she's not gonna be going that fast, it is working up those muscles to be working at a higher pace, which is then good for her mile run. So now she's going to be doing high knees. High knees are working her quads and her hamstrings and making sure she is getting those fast-paced muscles and getting that quickness in there. All right, next she's going to be doing some butt kicks. Again, working the quads and the hamstrings. All right, now she's gonna be doing some karaokes. We're gonna do this first one way, and then she's gonna go back with the other leg. So now this is working on her speed as well as her agility. She needs to make sure that her feet are getting in the right placement, which helps her running and making sure that she is focusing on foot placement and muscles. All right, and now that's it for the stretching. We're now gonna move on to what a Tuesday, Thursday would look like. Before we move on to the Tuesday, Thursday workout, this is what she did in the video. We did high knees, butt kicks, and then karaoke's both sides. We can add more in, but this was just for the purpose of showing what some kinetic stretching is. We would definitely add in more as the weeks go on, but this was just a primary start point and to get her active and get those muscles working. All right, so now that we have gone over what a Monday, Wednesday, Friday workout looks like, we're now going to go over what a Tuesday, Thursday workout would look like. Again, this week-long program will last throughout the off-season, and then we would change up the workouts for preseason. So off-season, our Tuesday, Thursday workouts are gonna be based on plyometrics and agility training. Now, plyometrics and agility training, we're gonna work on some lunges, mountain climbers. We're gonna do a 10-minute circuit of that. We're also gonna do a warm-up and a cool-down. So let's go ahead and get into that. All right, so now we're gonna get into what the plyometrics workout would look like. We would keep the same warm-up as a Monday, Wednesday, Friday workout where the static dynamic stretching, but we're gonna go ahead and get into the plyometrics. We're gonna do 2 10-minute circuits. We're gonna start off with some push-ups. All right, making sure, get your butt down, Sammy. Keep it flatter, yep, and then she's going to do some push-ups. Again, this will be a minute long. All right, then she's gonna go into some lunges. So she's gonna stand up, and we're just gonna do static standing lunges. And we're gonna alternate legs. All right, perfect. Then we're gonna go ahead and get into some mountain climbers. Making sure that her knee is getting up. We're gonna start off with going slow for 30 seconds, and then the last 30 seconds would be sped up. So go ahead and speed up, Sammy. Perfect. All right, the next step would be squats. These are just gonna be some body weight squats. Making sure that her legs are shoulder width apart. And then she is squatting down, making sure that her toes do not go over her knees, and that her butt is getting lower to the ground. We're trying to squat down as far as possible. Perfect. All right, then we're gonna go ahead and get into some planks. We're going to do a minute of center planks, then we're going to do side planks. So go ahead, Sammy, show what a side plank would look like. Perfect. And we would do that on both sides. Perfect. All right, and then the last thing we would do is crunches. Now you can substitute these with sit-ups as well, but crunches, we're going to do this to maintain and make sure that her cardio and ab work is getting up, because even though she is running, she needs to work all of her muscles and make sure that all of them are contributing and working towards her goal. All right, and like I said in that past video, we would be doing 2 10-minute circuits of these workouts. We'll start off with 1 minute of push-ups, then we'll move on to 1 minute of lunges, 1 minute of mountain climbers, 1 minute of squat, 1 minute of center planks, 1 minute of side planks, 1 minute of the other side plank, 1 minute of crunches, and then I added in 2 additional workouts to reach that 10 minutes. We will do 1 minute of Russian twists and 1 minute of leg raises. These both were not shown in the video, but this would be a typical workout for the plyometrics and agility training for her. We need to make sure that we are working all the muscles, not just her leg muscles, because we need to make sure that her body is staying consistent and all the muscles are working towards the goal of making sure that she can run over 3 miles for her competitive season. Thank you guys so much for watching this video today. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did making it. Be on the lookout for more workout videos and at-home workouts. Until then, see you next time.